Hello, welcome to the stream.
Thanks.
So, can you give us a quick intro to who you are and your role on this project?
Right, so uh, I'm a university student from Estonia. I'm also an indie game developer. I've released one game on Steam, and I've just been in the space for quite a few years by now. And in the team, I was the sort of acting team leader. The team itself was composed of me and a bunch of beginners, so I helped divvy out tasks to them that I thought they would have fun doing, and then help them wrestle with Git and then learn Unity and all that kind of stuff.
Nice. And so, lower third is your preferred alias?
Yeah.
All right. So, what was the inspiration behind this?
So I guess the main inspiration is this miniseries by HBO called Chernobyl.
Right, based on the real life Chernobyl disaster.
Yeah. The game, of course, is a bit more ambiguous. It doesn't refer to any specific incident, but that was the starting thing that we started, developing this idea from.
Gotcha. And so, yeah, the theme of unstable just seemed like a good fit for the yeah, just very somber. Like I appreciate the sort of two color tone. What was the decision making behind that? Like the sort of limited color palette.
Um, well, really, it's always difficult trying to come up with an art style that works and is like efficient to build off of for a game jam. And so the decision here was to do low poly models, but if you look for free assets online, you'll get a lot of disparate assets with like differing texture quality and levels of detail. So it's really, messing around with a bunch of different shaders and trying to come up with ideas that look good, that help you to, quickly iterate on level design and come up with something that's like feasible for the jam. And then it's just a bunch of messing around with shaders until I eventually came up with this look. It just sort of by pure happenstance. I wasn't happy with like any of the colors I was using, so I just made everything gray, and then just made like the window frames really bright, just messing around. And then I was like, oh wow, that actually works pretty well.
Nice. So, roughly how long is the overall play experience?
I think it's like 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay, well, I'll do my best to showcase what's going on here. Obviously, I'm not going to read the text out loud, so I would encourage those watching to give the game a play for themselves. Um, but yeah, so can you talk a little bit about what the development process was like? I know that you said you were kind of coordinating the team, but were you directly involved in the development at any point, or were you just sort of, operating and working through and helping others to coordinate what they were doing?
Well, yeah, I'd say I still did a pretty large part of the game. I mean, so with working with beginners, it's always difficult to, sort of predict what they'll be able to do within the limited time frame and what they'll be able to do well with like a decent quality. So I just sort of kept my eye on them as they were doing their tasks, and like they constantly asked me for help, and I just gave them pointers so they don't have to Google things for, 2 hours in a row. But yeah, other than that, I did a bunch of the stuff as well, like doing the whole first level, and then once they completed all the tasks I'd given them, then integrating them into this whole. Um, once we got closer to the submission deadline.
Yeah. So quick question. Sorry, Benjamin, your game is still coming up next in the queue, so don't worry. This is an interview that was for with the playing the game The Volunteer. So don't worry, you haven't missed your opportunity, and I'll ping you on Discord when your game's coming up. Sorry about that. Um, yeah. So can you talk a little bit about maybe what you mentioned like some of the stuff you did like go in and do yourself. So what sort of work was that?
Sorry, could you just say that again?
Like what in the project did you directly end up working on yourself?
Oh, the entirety of the first level, integrating the movement system, I guess touching up everything, like the levels after the beginners had sort of finished them, then I touched everything up, made sure it
Mm.
sort of looked okay and functioned. Um, the sound design, a lot of it. I also added the music in the game. I made it all myself in like the last 30 minutes before the Ludum Dare deadline.
Oh wow.
Trying to think if there's anything. Oh yeah, probably like the lighting and some of the
Uh-oh.
particles effects and stuff as well.
Okay, so there we go. We've got a good application of the unstable theme.
Yeah,
So
it's the word of the day.
gotcha. All right. I can. Okay, this is almost cheating, but I can sort of see the tiny seam where the breakaway terrain is. Oh, jeez. Apparently, it's not going to do me much good though. Um. All right. So the character controller in this game, is that just something you whipped up for the purpose of the gym, or is it just a standard character like Unity first person character controller?
It's actually an asset. So I've done like pretty advanced character controllers like written
Mm.
myself. I always found that it's like really hard to come up with good solutions to, you know, slopes and sliding and then limiting the slopes you can go up and all this sort of weird edge cases like
Oh
Coyote
yeah.
Time and whatever. And so I just found this really good asset called ECM or Easy Character Movement, and they have a really good like collide and slide algorithm. And so these days I just tend to use that because it's like really fast to implement, and then I just customize it depending on my needs. So for this game, yeah, I customized it a little bit and then just used it.
Oh my god, I spent so long trying to get down, do that jumping challenge, and I don't even see anywhere to go after that.
I'm surprised they didn't get confused at the last level. Like playing these, having streamers play these games live, I've noticed like a couple of key points that people get confused at, which is, stuff that would have come up in playtesting if we had time for it. But
Oh jeez, have you seen anyone have this much trouble playing the game so far?
yeah, a few people. I mean, we didn't. I know that it's like for game jams, you're really supposed to limit the difficulty of your game because as a developer you're way better at it than anyone who's gonna play it. So it's supposed to be like really easy, and so we didn't really like put any mind-bendingly complex platforming in this in these levels. Although the movement system and everything felt really good, so it was kind of a shame that we can do more with it. But
Well, okay, I don't know if I was meant to make it through here or not, but
you can
I
go up
guess I'll
there.
go
It's
back.
actually just a dead
Oh,
end. If you want to just get to the rest of the game, you just can go straight.
oh my gosh, why do you have the two side paths that are just dead ends though?
Um, It's just one of the ideas. I didn't actually make this level. I had one of the beginners come up with it, so
Hmm.
I sort of we tried to work it in there with like adding text prompts at their dead ends. I mean, it starts to like sort of pad out the game a little bit more, add a little bit more exploration to it. Obviously, you would want to reward that with something instead of just dead ends, but time is tight, as you can imagine.
Yeah, of course. So what sort of reward would you have implemented if you had the time?
I mean, we had a lot of ideas for um, well, I guess not ideas that we would do during the game jam, but just in
Hmm.
general that you could do with this game idea, like cinematic sequences. You could do,
Oh,
you know, more text if people are interested in that, but also, collectibles. One of the interesting things is like revealing like lore through like environmental storytelling, like signs of people who tried to escape and either made it or didn't make it. Maybe some people who are still left behind, like hunkered in somewhere, saying they won't come out because they don't gonna want to get radiated. There's also sorts of cool things you could hide in the levels.
yeah, of course. Um, so do you have any plans to go back in and add any of that?
That's a good question. I mean, the thing is, like, most of the people who I had on the team for this, they're for a course I'm taking in university called Game Development and Design. And so the main thing in this course is we're gonna make a project anyway over the
Mhm.
next few months. and so I sort of wanted to do this with them as an intro to sort of working together and everything.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I don't know if we would do like complete this game out more. I think we'll just probably focus on the project we're gonna do for the course anyway.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, I finally made it through that level. But yeah, just a reminder: if anyone has any questions in chat, please feel free to submit them, and I'll make sure to read them out. Um, all right.
Oh, someone asked what game I released. I don't know if it came out 3 years ago. It's called underscore dive. It's released on Steam.
Okay, well, feel free to drop a link to that.
Yeah, I can drop a link, I guess. The game itself, it was made for Global Game Jam 2018. It's the first game I ever like finished, I guess. And then I just polished it up and put it on Steam, and for some reason it became this like sleeper hit in South Korea. It got like some streamers played and got videos on YouTube with like 700K views or something.
Oh, nice. That is significant. Oh man, I know there's a lot of people who are creeped out by sort of noise of a Geiger counter. Um,
Yeah,
can I
this
get up
is
here?
another
Yeah.
interesting one of those things that people sort of go for. It's like everybody ignores the door that's like on the ground level, and they want to like try and go up these ladders.
Uh, well, I mean, are the ladders? They don't seem to be functional. Or am I just
Yeah,
missing
they don't
something?
actually lead anywhere. It's just one of those confusing bits of level design that should have probably been removed. But it's again like while you're playtesting it yourself as a developer, it all seems like super obvious to you that okay, you're just supposed to go through the door, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those like funny like gamer instinct things to see like, okay, well that's the main path. It's obviously where I'm supposed to go, but I should probably go and check over here on this side path first because that's where the collectible I'm going to need is going to be.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'd almost say somebody with less game literacy would be more inclined to just rush ahead to the door because they think that's where they need to be. Okay, so I'm supposed to do something. What did
Yeah,
I
so here
mention?
actually wanted to add like a
There we go.
tiny mini game at the end, like removing panels from the core or
Mhm.
something. But yeah, we didn't, we ran out of time, so it ends up just being this like final monologue that leads into this ending, really short ending cutscene.
Mhm. Okay, here we go. No, it's actually not entirely clear whether we succeeded.
Yeah, it's left a bit ambiguous, I guess.
Um, all right. Well, I think that's kind of the timing on that works pretty well, though. So, where can people find you on social media and other than your Steam game, which I am going to pull up here? What else? Any other projects that you'd like to plug?
Well, I am working on a bigger project myself. It's really early stages though, so I'm not ready to I guess share anything about. I mean, I haven't even put up a Steam page for it yet, so
Okay.
for social media, all of my stuff is linked on my itch.io. So I'll just paste that in the chat.
Yep. Go ahead.
But yeah, I mean, I guess you can follow me on itch.io since in a couple of months we're probably gonna release the like couple of month project we're gonna work on during the semester. So
Nice. All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to share the project and have the interview with me here. And I look forward to seeing that other project. Please feel free to share it on the Discord, and we can do another interview like this one while I try it out.
yeah, for sure.
All right. Have a good evening, and hopefully talk to you later.
Sure, you too. Thanks.
Yeah. Bye bye.